After the mega monster blockbuster Jurassic Park came out in 1993, you had to wait 4 years to get the sequel and discover a lost world. What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here, and I'm just a rock and roller who in his downtime likes to watch Jurassic Park movies while wearing a bandana. And while we're on this deep dive of Jurassic Park, we had to make this pit stop at, I'm already letting you know, my least favorite of the series in memory, Jurassic Park: The Lost World. You know, I gotta tell you, back when this came out and I was 11 years old, even back then, for as gigantic of a fan of Jurassic Park as I was, and dinosaurs in general, I just wasn't excited about this one. There was something about the trailers that was throwing me off. And then I got to see it at home. Didn't get to go to the theater for this one, but I can tell you that I felt the same way when I was 11 and I saw it, as I did when I was in my teens, as I did somewhere in my 20s when I last saw this movie, as I did viewing it for this review. This one's a rough one to get through. And if you don't know what The Lost World is all about, I'm gonna lay it on you right now. The entrepreneur who genetically engineered the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park transpires to have cloned more of the prehistoric monsters on another island location. Researchers arrive to observe the creatures in their natural habitat, but hot on their heels is a band of mercenaries intent on capturing the dinosaurs and transporting them back to San Diego Zoo. Now, the only returning character is Ian Malcolm. Yes, you get Mr. Hammond and his 2 grandchildren, but they're only there for a short appearance. The rest of the movie is carried by Jeff Goldblum. And Jeff Goldblum is joined by a pretty steep cast, I'm not gonna lie. You got Vince Vaughn, Julianne Moore, Peter Stormare, and Vanessa Lee Chester. And speaking of Vanessa Lee Chester, there's a reference in this movie by Vince Vaughn at one point of, I can't see the family resemblance, can you? So they are very aware of it in this film. And Jeff Goldblum and his daughter have this rough relationship because, of course, Jeff and the mother are not together anymore. Ian is always on some mission, always doing something else, and he never keeps his promises. So when he's tasked to take on his daughter, as a father should, he also has to take care of his girlfriend, played by Julianne, because she's already on the island, courtesy of Mr. Hammond. Once they arrive, you instantly see dinosaurs. And this time, they're not shy of showing even more dinosaurs than they have in the past, because when you have a T-Rex in part 1, you need 2 T-Rexes in part 2. And not only do you need 2 T-Rexes, but you need a baby T-Rex. And that baby T-Rex is going to play a huge role in the 3rd act of this movie. While simply doing their job and just trying to survive and get it done as quickly as possible, there is a band of mercenaries that is also there to collect these dinosaurs and take them back to San Diego Zoo. And here's the deal, man. It's at this point in the movie, for me, that I started to dip out interest-wise when I was 11, when I was 15, when I was 20-something, and even now, upon rewatching this movie, over 10 to 15 years later, I dip out right at this moment because the CGI in 1997, some way, somehow, does not look anywhere as good as it did in 1993. I think that's one of the things about this film that has always stuck with me, and as well as the third act that we'll get into later, is that just something about Jurassic Park is just magical, right? Part one is just magical in the way it seamlessly blends CGI with practical effects and people. And it does such an amazing job of doing so. This one, especially with the baby raptors being obvious puppets at one point and obvious CGIs at others, that I think they got too ambitious. That's really what I think happened. Because of course, in a second dinosaur movie, you want more dinosaurs. But I don't know if they had the technology to really pull it off smoothly like they thought they did. But later on, once they're trying to take care of the baby T-Rex, mommy T-Rex gets very angry and goes looking for them. And in that process, they finally capture a T-Rex and take them on the biggest ship known to man back to the States. And this is where that third act kicks in, because I swear to you, every time I watch this movie, when they are leaving Jurassic Park, Island, whatever, it feels like the movie's over. It feels like the appropriate time to finish this movie. But then there's this whole third act that elongates this, where now we've got a T-Rex in the city, in backyards, eating a dog, looking in the window of a kid. So he tells his parents and hilarity ensues. We've got cars, and it turns into a very King Kong-esque scene. It didn't resonate with me in '97, and it doesn't resonate with me now in 2025. With all that being said, let's get to the does it hold up rating system for The Lost World. As for effects, I'm gonna give it 4 bandanas out of 5. Of course, they're good. I just don't feel like they hold up as well as the first one. As for story, I'm gonna give it 3 bandanas out of 5. I just don't dig it as much. And as for acting, everybody does their role, everybody does their job. 5 bandanas out of 5. So to answer the all-important question of does Lost World hold up, I'm gonna say yes. I don't care for it, but I know many people do, and by no means is it a bad movie. It's just not my cup of tea after the iconic first entry. So let me know down below, were you a fan of Jurassic Park: The Lost World? Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Remember, I still said that it held up, it just wasn't for me. By the way, this is the only Jurassic Park movie / Jurassic World movie that I never saw in theaters. 1 and 3 going forward, including the newest one, I've seen them all in theaters. But what about you? Did you watch it on VHS, DVD, in the theater, Blu-ray, 4K, 3D? Let me know. Let's talk about it down below. What did you think of Jeff Goldblum returning as Ian Malcolm and leading this cast? Did you like when the T-Rex was transported back for San Diego Zoo? Let's talk about all things Jurassic Park and dinosaurs down below. Guys, as you know, we are on a deep dive of the entire Jurassic Park / World series. Continue to come back to the channel. You know what I gotta do? I gotta rock out, watch Jurassic Park 3, and review it for you.
Connection established.